everybody, to the
I'm Fat Podcast.
Snacks are best saved for later.
With Jay Zawoski.
That man ate all our shrimp and 2 plastic lobsters.
And Rick Camp.
Out the mist came a beast more stomach than man.
Welcome into another edition of the I'm Fat Podcast, brought to you by our sponsors, Charlie the Bacon Guy, Mazda of Orland Park, Frato's Culinary Kitchen, and Nik and Ivy Brewing. I am Rick Camp alongside fellow fat Jay Zawoski, and for those that are watching on the YouTubes, you can see by our background, it's time. It's one of the fat holidays that is truly great, followed by the next day, which is also a great fat holiday, Cheap Candy Day.
Yes.
Halloween and Cheap Candy Day is a combo that is tough to beat in the fat world. I
am very much looking forward to getting fatter in the next 7 to 10 days for sure. And then the lead into the ultimate fat holiday. Boy, this fall is going fast, dude. I can't believe October is almost over. Yeah, wonder why. Anyway, thanks for being with us. Thanks for your patience. Sorry we weren't here last week. I've got some family stuff going on. Everything's good-ish. Everything's going to be fine. It's just a lot happening at once. So we'll see as the show goes on how much I decide to share. You know how I am, Rick. Sometimes I just open everything up and the floodgates open. So stay tuned to see how vulnerable Jay gets. Anyway, make sure you're following us on all of our social medias at I'm Fat Pod. That is TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We are on, we got our fan page on Facebook, the I'm Fat Podcast fans group. We've got our YouTube page, youtube.com/I'm Fat Podcast. Make sure you are subscribed there. Make sure you're hitting the like button every time you watch a video. New episodes drop on Tuesdays. We give the podcast listeners the preferences. They've been here since day one, and it takes time to edit the video. Thus, also waiting till Tuesday for that reason. Got our Patreon as well, patreon.com/I'mFatPod. And you can throw in a couple tips on Twitter or in the comments in our podcast here via Spotify. But if you want to help us for free, the best way to do it is leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. And that's about it. And we got our merch shop, I'mFatMerch.com. And I think you just missed a sale. Yeah.
Yeah, it was, it ended. Yep, it ended as we're recording, which is not when it posts.
Exactly. There are a few coming up, though. November 9th through 13th, if you want to throw that on your calendar. So I love TeePublic. We always joke about this. There's a sale November 9th through 13th. Then there's a sale November 14th through 19th.
Exactly.
Then there's a sale November 20th through 28th. So basically, from November 9th to November 28th, our TeePublic shop is on sale. I'mFatMerch.com. The Black Friday deal, if you want to wait, it's $15 classic tees and up to 40% off everything else. Do that. The rest of them up to 35% off and $16 classic tees. So not a huge difference from, November 9th through 19th to the 20th through the 28th. But hey, if you want to save that buck or that extra 5%, hold off. But remember, set a reminder in your phone. I'mFatMerch.com. Stock up for the holidays. And it's not just our stuff. Like, if you want to shop for anything on TeePublic, if you go to I'mFatMerch.com, like, let's say you're cruising around, your Facebook page and you get a sponsored ad for TeePublic and there's a bunch of cool stuff you like, of a band you like or a movie you like or whatever, put a mental pin in that, go to I'mFatMerch.com and then buy it through that link instead. It'll help us out. So anything you get at TeePublic, do it with our link, I'mFatMerch.com. And while you're there, you might as well get some I'm Fat merch.
Exactly. Like what I have behind me. There's one of your logos. So thank you to Sam for getting that for me, because she's like, I think it was like 90% she wanted what's going to look best for the podcast.
Yeah.
Which is cool, because she just did she did this like I know he's going to like this. I'll surprise him with it, which is cool. And 10% being tired of us calling her thing a deconstructed mop.
Well, you got another wall right there and behind your left shoulder. All right, looking at Rick on the screen. If you want to put the mop back up there.
I could. Because another variable to this episode, which could or could not be relevant, Sam's in California working a friend's wedding. So I have the dogs to myself because usually while we record, Sam is downstairs either doing work or just like watching something on the couch with the dogs, so they'll be chill. The dogs are unsupervised right now, and they love sticking their head between the window and the blinds so that they can look outside. And being the end unit, there's a nice sidewalk right there. So when anybody goes by, we'll probably know.
We'll find out. All right, good. Looking forward to that. Well, let's start with Halloween. We've been doing this show for a few years, and we feel like we've kind of exhausted like a lot of the Halloween topics we can do.
Yes. So if you like, search Halloween in like your favorite podcast player. If you want like specific segments where we like went hardcore on like our top 5 Halloween candies, and maybe we'll just have to like do that every few years because we're going to hopefully keep growing the audience. But that's for that. But we're going to take the negative spin because we've been out of sports talk radio too long, so it's time.
That's it, right. And if people watching on YouTube just saw, yes, I did change the color of the font. I forgot to do that before the show started.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even notice.
It was pink and orange. It wasn't working for me, so I changed it to black. So, all right, let's do it, Rick. And now we're going to set a little bit of a rule here because everyone's gotten something weird in their Halloween basket, right? So when we say worst Halloween candy, we're going with a traditionally Halloween candy, not like the jerk that gives you an apple or throws a Taco Bell sauce packet in your bag or whatever the random thing might be. We're going with the traditional Halloween candies. And Rick, I'm setting a rule for you.
Yeah, I'm not going to do a peanut butter thing.
You can't do a peanut butter thing just to be a jerk.
I know.
Okay.
I understand having that mirror held up to for everybody and just realizing the peanut butter is disgusting and having it be told to you is tough to handle. So I will spare you that.
Yeah, everyone hates it, right? Anyway. All right, what do you got for the worst?
Man, anytime you're getting... I don't know if my number one is considered truly a Halloween candy because I don't see it too much for Halloween. It's just like good and plenty. Like it's a standard bad candy, but I feel like you don't see it that much.
Yeah, that could be like
on Halloween.
That's a nice like honorable mention.
Yeah. How about your black licorice? Because people will be like, let's get black licorice because it's more of a Halloween color.
Let's not.
And that type of thing. Let's not ever.
It's not
black
good.
Licorice is horrible. I don't care if that means I have too young or like my palate's not developed enough to like black licorice. Also probably true. However, keep it out of my face.
Yeah, no. No one wants your black licorice. And if you like it, cool. But
good for you.
It's not for everybody.
No.
It's not something you should be excited. The concept of giving Halloween candy to people is you want to buy the stuff that's going to appeal to the most amount of people, not the least amount of people. That's the point, because all you're doing is wasting your money. Because kids are going to get home, they're going to go through their Halloween candy and go, I don't want this, and they're going to throw it out, or it's going to sit in their pantry until next Halloween, and then they're going to throw it out. If you're going to spend money on Halloween candy, why not do something that children are going to consume?
It's a crazy thought, Jay. I don't know. What people are so disconnected from like what kids like.
Yeah.
That this is their choice.
Well,
that's what
there's also people that get mad about it. Like, I'm not getting them that. They can have what I like. Like,
get over yourself.
Right.
Right. And like the other thing too is it's like, even if you're thinking I want more old timey type of thing, there are good older style candies.
Yes.
You don't have to do this. Like, it's the only time anybody eats Tootsie Rolls.
I love
Halloween.
Tootsie Rolls. I get excited when the Tootsie Rolls come.
I know. Same here. Like, or especially, and then like all the different flavor varieties of Tootsie Rolls. I know we've talked about that in the past. Like, those are good too.
Yeah, those are great. I'm happy when I see those. Now, I mean, would I rather have a peanut butter cup or a Reese's or 100 grand or like something like that? Of course.
Sure. But I actually look forward to the taste of a Tootsie Roll on Halloween. I almost pulled a less. Like that was
on Easter.
No, because remember they were playing like Halloween music, and he's like, "Happy Thanksgiving! It's spooky out there." Yeah, that was a thing. But yes, even like bit of honey.
Yeah,
like not the best, but like
it's not the
if
worst.
I get that in, yeah, exactly. If I get that in with the rest of the candy, I'm good with that. Like, just think of the kids. Why don't we think of the children?
Won't someone think of the children? Exactly. That brings you to mind, which I honestly didn't even know the name of these. So I had to look them up. They're Mary Jane Peanut Butter Kisses. These are the black and orange, generically labeled.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
They're not good. And like, you know me, I like peanut butter. Unlike Rick, I like peanut butter. Like that's not a bad thing for me. But the black and orange, get those out of my bag. There's a reason they're not marked at all. They're just, it's like just throwaway candy.
Well, the other problem is now with the name, people would actually think they're edibles.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And sometimes when things are not as labeled,
maybe they should do that to increase sales.
Well, yeah, put some THC in there and I'll think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, at least that way I would consider eating them. But yeah, to me, I think I had one of those as a kid once, like out of desperation. I'm like, ooh, that's not good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those, okay, that's mine. Yours is good too. But I got to say, on the good front, have you stocked up for Halloween yet? Have you gotten your candy yet? I
don't think we have.
Okay, well,
actually, I don't know.
You're running out of time. But
I know.
A fat tip. I may have mentioned this on the last podcast. I don't know. I do many podcasts, so I forget where I said what. But I think I said it. If you get your flu shot and COVID shot, you get the $10 at Walgreens for each. The $10 reward credit. Mm-hmm. So like you get it, and then you make one purchase for like $1, and then it adds like $10 for each shot you get to your rewards thing. What I found out is you can only use $5 at a time, but still,
okay.
If you're buying big bags of candy, that's a pretty decent savings. Just run through the line 4 times. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you'll save. Mm-hmm. But they have Nerds Gummy Clusters Halloween style.
Yes.
That's for me.
Yeah, right. Exactly. There's literally a bag of the berry gummy clusters downstairs.
I need to get some. It's been a long time since I've had those. I got to get some, and hopefully Addie will get some while trick-or-treating, and I can steal them.
See, the thing is, she's getting old enough to put up more of a fight.
Yeah, I know, but I don't care. She has to sleep sometime. I'm not sure what I know. Hope went out and got like a big bag of Costco this year. Because last year I had to send Hope to Walgreens like 4 times to get more candy.
I remember that.
Yeah, we had so many trick-or-treaters. So hopefully we have enough this year. If not, we got some of those reward points. We were also thinking about maybe being like the big candy bar house for like kids we know.
Ooh,
but then you run the risk of like, all right,
if one comes up with someone you don't really know, then it's like, it's
and
rough.
like I know you, but I don't care about you.
Yeah.
So it's like, and then so if I give one big candy bar to one kid, another kid's like, they didn't give me a big candy bar. It's like, well, I like this kid more than I like you. Then that's a whole thing.
It's rough.
So I usually just let kids take 2 or 3 pieces or whatever they want. Maybe that's why we run out so much.
Yeah, this is going to be the first time for Halloween that Sam and I are going to be here, because last year Sam didn't want her place to have nothing, even though she wasn't living there yet. So she bought a bucket, filled it, and put it on the step, and everything got taken, even the bucket.
Oh, well, that's going to happen when you have youths. But hey, I'll take I saw something on Instagram or something yesterday that was like these trick-or-treaters, these teenage trick-or-treaters have chosen childhood over like going out and partying. So just give them candy. And I agree with that. And like, you know what? It's Halloween. I did mischievous crap when I was a kid. It's not a big deal. Like, okay, someone stole my plastic bucket. It's not like, it's not some reflection on society. Every child of a certain age is a piece of crap at some point.
Right. Also, don't put your candy in anything that you truly care about.
Yeah, go get a plastic bucket You know, like one of the cheapy plastic pumpkins, and just do that. And if someone takes it, fine. Who cares, right?
Yeah.
Like, it's not the end of the world. But yeah, I love Halloween, man. I love what we usually do is I post up in the driveway, get the solo stove going, put a little table with some refreshments for the adults that are coming through, that sort of stuff, and then we head over to Brian and Sarah's house. Oh God, I'm rusty. I haven't done this in a while. And
there it is.
And they've got, you know, Sarah makes her cocktails and everybody hangs out and watch a scary movie at night. So I love Halloween. I'm looking forward to it. So it'll be fun. But yeah, I'm gonna get some of those nerd clusters for myself.
Yeah, they're just too good. Now it's a must in the house.
Yeah,
there will
like
be nerd cluster. Yeah, exactly. Nerd clusters will be here. Like, if we're running low, it's added to the grocery list. It's not like, oh yeah, when I'm at the grocery store, whatever. Nope, added to the list.
Yeah, milk, cheese, eggs, toilet paper, and gummy clusters. They're all in the same category of necessity.
Yes, exactly. That's how this house works. I don't know about everybody else out there.
That's how it should
So
work.
that's your decision.
Well, another good decision you can make is heading out to see our friends at Nik and Ivy Brewing Company in Lockport, 1026 South State Street. Chances are, if you like this show, you like beer. I would think there's probably the Venn diagram is pretty much a perfect circle on that front. So heading out, and I know, you know, sometimes that craft breweries can be a little bit intimidating. They can be a little bit hoity-toity. Not the case at Nik and Ivy. It's not to say the beer isn't great. I love every beer I've had from there, which is something I can't say for every craft brewery in the world, by the way. But you go out there, sports are on TV, people are hanging out, having a good time. It's a neighborhood bar feel with craft brewery quality beer. That is the perfect place to be. They've got live music every Tuesday, open mic every Friday and Saturday. And like I said, you're going to walk in there and the World Series is going to be on. The Super Bowl is going to be on. Bears will be on. Hawks will be on. Bulls will be on. You're not going to, you know, if you're a sports fan, you don't have to choose now between craft beer and sports like you had to do in the past. Nik and Ivy.
I think you're okay to keep the Bulls off the TV.
Hey, I was watching that game the other day. The one where the Trailblazers were like, please beat us.
Oh, the Raptors? Yeah.
Raptors, I'm sorry.
That was the stupidest game I have seen in a long... Like, the amount of things that had to go right to beat a team that is on this, in theory, on the same level as you is very troubling. This team sucks.
Yes, they're just... The Raptors are like, hey, we would prefer to lose if you can help us make that happen. The Bulls were like, no! We're not doing it. We refuse to do it.
Right. And then they end up winning in overtime.
Yes. That was exciting,
and then summarily get blown out by the Detroit Pistons.
Hey, it's always a good sign when you have a team meeting after the first game.
Yeah, right.
A players-only meeting after the first game. Good start. Nashville really paid off. Anyway, go to Nik and Ivy in Lockport. You're going to love it. Nik and Ivy Brewing. I'm sorry, NikIvyBrewing.com. Nik and Ivy Brewing on Facebook and Instagram. Go check them out. 1026 South State Street in Lockport. They've got a huge rotating menu of stuff. So you're not going to want to miss it. It is awesome stuff. We love everything at Nik and Ivy, and you will too. So head on out there.
Yep.
And now that I'm saying this, Rick, I feel like Paul might have sent me something.
Okay.
That I'm supposed to talk about on the show. Nope. Okay. Sorry, that was wrong. Let me check my texts. Hold on. It's been a week, buddy. It's been a week.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I know.
Okay, cool. Here we go. Just making sure. Okay, here we go. All right.
Okay.
There was something.
Okay.
Nik and Ivy is now available at the Jewels in the Southwest Burbs.
Nice.
Lockport, Romeoville, Homer Glen, New Lenox on Route 30 in Laraway, Bolingbrook, Plainfield, that's both the Caton Farm and 135th Street locations, Manuka, Shorewood, and Joliet in the Larkin Ace location. I don't know what that means, but he said to say that. So there you go. Okay. If you're in the Southwest Burbs, Lockport, Romeoville, Homer Glen, New Lenox, Bolingbrook, Plainfield, Manuka, Shorewood, Joliet, Nik and Ivy is available at your local Jewels.
That's great.
That is awesome. Yeah, I was in yesterday. Me and Brian went to get some Chinese food at Jojo Bistro, formerly Joy Yi Noodles. and we went to Open Bottle right next door, and I was kind of looking around to see if they had any Nik and Ivy in there, and they did not. Mm-hmm. But you're getting pretty close there to that like Tinley Park, that like Harlem and 183rd area. You can get in there, Paul. I'll get some. It's about halfway between my house and Nik and Ivy. It's perfect.
I'm texting. You saying Chinese made me think of something that I forgot for the podcast. So I'm literally texting Sam right now as she's getting ready to work a wedding. What was the name of that Chinese place we had?
What's the name of the joint B? Yeah, that's good. Right. Good stuff.
What was the name of the Chinese place we had?
We are so prepared.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you.
It's the name of the game.
Yep, exactly. She's probably going to be like, you're an idiot, and it's this.
Well, she's right. A couple shows ago, well, actually, it was the last show, now that I think about it. I mentioned to you a place called Pockets. Do you remember this conversation?
Yes.
It's like a calzone place. Okay.
Yes.
So I went to the one. It's on Madison and Halstead. So it's like just west of Halstead on Madison. So I'd gone there before many times, and what they serve is they got all sorts of stuff, but their main thing is like calzones. And I went in there, and I hadn't been there in a while, and I wanted to make sure it was still good, and it was. So here's a picture of my sausage calzone. I forgot to take a picture until I was almost halfway done with the first half. But you can see the dough is not like deep fried. This is like a baked calzone, but
interesting.
The texture of the calzone bread is really good. It almost feels like a folded over pizza. That's like the texture of the bread. It's really good. It's got it is soft but crunchy at the same time. The ingredients were good, but I walked into this Pockets and I go, "Can I have a sausage and cheese, sausage pizza pocket?" And the lady looked at me like, "What are you getting?" I was like, "A sausage pocket, like sausage, pizza sauce, cheese."
Right.
Oh, hold on. And then she went and got somebody else.
Lamp?
Yeah. She went and got somebody else.
Yeah.
And I'm like, am I ordering something complicated?
Right.
I'm like, is this a front for something and there's not actually pockets sold here? Did you just figure that maybe if you put a sign up, people would just believe it was a restaurant so you could run your drug cartel out of the back? I don't know what was good. They looked at me like I had freaking bats flying out of my ears. I'm like, sausage calzone. Nothing. So then finally this guy comes in. He's like, "How can I help you?" I go, I just want a calzone with pizza sauce, cheese, and sausage. He's like, "Oh, yeah. And he told him, I was like, I thought I made it pretty clear. It came out right. It was good.
Okay.
But I still recommend Pockets. It's good. I wouldn't say it's like on the map of Chicago pizza things to try. It's not.
Sure.
But it's if you got 15 minutes to sit there and wait for them to bake it, it is a good filling lunch for a decent price.
Nice.
It's pretty solid. I know they deliver, and they've got some other stuff like salads, and I think they do have like full pizzas if you're into that. But it's good. It's fine. Add it to your lunch list if you're getting bored of the stuff you get all the time. That's basically what.
Okay. Sam already responded and gave me the name of the place.
Nice.
Ye's Chinese Food, 934 Army Trail Road in Carroll Stream. Now, we know my hesitation with a lot of Asian food. Sam's been trying to find like her go-to Chinese spot in Hanover or around Hanover Park. Mm-hmm. And she said, this is the winner.
Okay.
At least for right now. And I wasn't that hungry because I had eaten a late lunch and we were eating like dinner at like a normal time. So I was like, I want to chill a little bit. The biggest pot stickers I have ever seen.
Ooh. Nice.
Like 6 pot stickers were like pushing out of the Chinese food container. Like they were absolutely stacked.
And I'm looking at the menu here, just $8.
Yeah, that's a great deal for how much food you get, because if like it's listed, obviously it's an appetizer, but if you're take me, I was less than my average amount of hungry, and probably, yeah, like I was slightly less than my average amount of hungry. Those 6 pot stickers did me right. Like I had a little bit of fried rice too, and the fried rice was good.
What kind of fried rice? What's your protein?
We went chicken.
Okay.
Because we wanted to share it.
Sure.
So, chicken fry and like a ton of that. I forget exactly what Sam got, but she really enjoyed it, obviously, because she was like, okay, this is it. This is the spot. So, like, I may not be the best judge of Chinese food. However, the pot stickers are there for me. So if you have like children or something that are also like me, you know, a little slow on the Asian food, then that's a great option because it was a really good pot sticker. It was huge. The fried rice was really solid. I wouldn't say like spectacular or anything, but it was really solid. So it seems like a really good spot, and especially with those prices, a good value too.
Nice. And what's your pork pot sticker, I assume, right? That's usually the go-to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice. Yeah. I mean, there's nothing bad about a pot sticker. That's a adult food item.
Yeah.
Don't feel shame about that.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's more that within the whole context of me and Asian food.
Sure.
So
That's fair. That's fair.
I'm still not here for a lot of soy stuff. Like I dipped a little bit into, they had like a spicy chili sauce. That was like, you put a little bit on and it goes a long way.
Yeah.
And it was like the right amount of heat to really like jazz up the pork, with that, pot sticker. So yeah. Ye's Chinese Food, 934 Army Trail Road in Carroll Stream. Give that a spin.
That sounds good. And, I will say too, like with your soy thing, I'm the same way with soy. I don't like soy. I give me like, you know, the chili paste. Like I told you about when I went to get the ramen in Elmhurst. There's like a little tiny, like little spoon, you know, maybe this big to just take a little dollop, and I put 4 of those in my whole bowl of ramen. Like it does go a long way.
Did they carve that spoon out of a bigger spoon?
I think so. Yes. Yes. I think
Okay.
they did. Yes. So yeah, that goes a long way, but yeah, just avoid the soy.
Yeah.
You know, you would like sweet and sour chicken. It's just chicken nuggets. That's all it is. With like a sweet sauce that usually comes on the side. So yeah. Have you ever had crab rangoon?
I haven't.
It's pretty good.
Okay.
It's pretty good.
I'll put that on the list. Like crab is something too that like I know it's different. It's not like seafood's generally not been a thing. However, I'm willing to give it a try. I'm not quite full of just I'm going to try anything the way people have it prepared, but
well, crab rangoon I'm
being better.
All crab rangoon is deep fried something. It's like a wonton, I think, and it's got like cream cheese and crab in it. Like it's not like you have to take it apart or anything. It's just basically another vehicle for fried food.
Yeah.
So it's good. I think you would like that. I think you would like a crab rangoon, a good crab rangoon. I had a really good experience at our, we did a little Hawks watch party out at Legends in Mokina on 191st Street. I think it's 9710 191st Street out there in Mokina. And they're famous for their wings. And rightfully so. They were really good. I'll share my screen with you here. I got the garlic parmesan wings, and then the then the mango habanero. No, I'm sorry. It was buffalo garlic and mango habanero, both of which were awesome. But the buffalo garlic, those are the ones on your screen on the right. You can actually see there are little pieces of minced garlic on the wing. Those are boneless wings. It was awesome. So it wasn't like the garlic was like baked into the sauce. It might be a little bit, but they literally take minced garlic and sprinkle it on top of the wings. And then with the buffalo sauce, they were awesome. They were so damn good. And you can tell they're not huge here, but they are very good. The quality of them is very good. I ended up getting 10 more after the show of the buffalo garlic. And then we had, I texted you and Charlie about this. The jalapeno beer cheese bacon soup.
No bad words there.
Yes, it was amazing. I think I ate this, you know, it's like the little tiny, this was not cast iron, but it's like the shape of that. Sure. I think I ate that in like 45 seconds. It was so good. And that was the night, if you remember, where it was 70 degrees when we got there and then it was 40 degrees when we left.
Yes.
So I'm like, it's a little hot for soup, but that just sounds way too good to pass up. And Brian asked me, he's like, was it more of like a dip or more of a soup? And I said it was more of a soup because they just melted it more. But it absolutely, with a little bit more thickness, could have been a dip too. It was amazing. So if you head out, and I know there's another Legends, but the one I've been to the one in Mokina on 191st Street. Head out there. The wings are great. Everyone loved the food they had. My aunt came by to say hi, and she had like a chicken sandwich that looked really good. Everybody was very pleased with the food there. Always crowded, not like in a bad way, but there's always people in there, which is a great sign. And I've been there a handful of times, and every time I've been there, I've really enjoyed what I've had. So, but those buffalo garlic wings are going to be, that's going to be a go-to. If I'm out that way, I'm stopping for those.
Sure.
Yeah.
I know we were thinking of coming out to that, but then it was like, oh, Sam had an early flight.
Oh yeah.
Or what was supposed to be an early flight that didn't end up being.
Well, we should have some more. We're going to have more. That one was pretty far south. I was teasing Mario and Greg. They're like, it's so far. I'm like, do you guys realize that everything people in the South Burbs do is north? We always have to go to Ravinia or the Botanic Gardens or at least downtown or Wrigleyville or like, it's always a pain in the ass for us. So one time. Yeah.
You're not allowed to bitch for one time having to do what you do every single time.
Yeah. Well, Mario lives basically in Wisconsin. So that's a trek for him. But yeah, they'll get over it. And it will even out. You know.
Nice.
So
one thing I was able to do in the time since our last episode, Sam's now been initiated. She has gone to I Love Fries.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Did she
got
finish?
there? Yes.
Ooh, impressive.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, like the I don't know if the size of the container is exactly the same, but it's like a different shape than it used to be.
Okay.
But still, like, I Love Fries is still the goods. And she got, without me saying anything, she got the poutine. So I was like, Jay's going to love hearing about this because right up his alley. But yeah, in case you haven't heard us talk about I Love Fries or you haven't been there yet, 54 South Villa Avenue in Villa Park. Like if you're coming from St. Charles Road, like if you're on 53 to then St. Charles Road, which is a main way to get over that way, I would then, so you're get onto St. Charles and then you hang a left and it's just behind the strip mall that you see at that intersection. It's set a little further back off the street, but it's there, I promise, and it is fantastic. It's still fantastic. I just went, it had been a while, so I was like, I just want my garlic butter fries with the chicken, and it was fantastic. So, you know, and just getting to go there, see the sticker up on the mailbox for the I'm Fat podcast is awesome. Like, there are people. Yeah. So getting to go there, have it, and then introduce her to that, we're like, oh, this is like a thing. I'm like, yes, this is 100% a thing. And we took it from I Love Fries all the way back to my place, which, considering it's a fry dish, is not a short drive. And of course, the integrity of the fries was still there, and it was fantastic when we got to my place.
Yeah, those are always crispy. Like, they have found a way to formulate the fries where they never get soggy. No matter how much toppings you drown them in, you're going to have a consistently crispy and hot fry. That is what they have mastered. Because a lot of places can just dump crap on fries for you.
Sure.
But it's going to just be a big tub of goo within 15 minutes. I Love Fries, that is not the case. Good move. I got to get back there soon. I got to make a point of it one of these days.
It's so good. And actually, that I inadvertently led to something else that I had.
Okay.
And this was inspired by seeing an article about your favorite place, Texas Roadhouse.
Please properly identify Texas Roadhouse.
Okay. The Willie Nelson Crap Your Pants Ranch.
Have you.
Oh, just the best. Such a great name. That apparently, like, they are year over year, like it was more of like a business type article. They're having their biggest advancements in takeout orders.
Interesting.
And they're going to lean into it. So I was thinking,
that's weird.
Like, foods that you normally would be like, you know what, I'm not gonna get for takeout. Like we're in this Uber Eats and DoorDash world, there's still some things that I'm like, you know what, if I'm gonna get it, I'm gonna get it at the restaurant.
Well,
and I would think steaks would be one of those.
Well, yeah, I mean, even though like their menu is more than just steak, but it's like,
sure.
So my first thought is, we had this conversation off the air before we started the show, so I could start thinking about it. Like a place like Chili's or a place like Applebee's or a place that's like any kind of place like that that's like a sit down, I'm going to get an entree with fries and like, I don't know. For me, a takeout thing is I'm getting a sandwich or I'm getting a burrito or I'm getting hot dogs and fries or whatever it might be. But if it's the kind of place that's like designed for you to sit down and have a meal, that's the kind of stuff I would not get to take out. And for me, Willie Nelson's Crap Your Pants Ranch qualifies as that kind of place.
Yes.
That surprises me.
Right. Like the fact that like it's that much more to where it's truly helping their bottom line.
Yeah.
In a noticeable way. Like why would you have to then order your steak one temperature rarer than you would normally think? Just because in that extra time it's going to be maybe sitting under the lamp and then in the car and then getting to you, it's just going to have a little extra time to cook?
I don't know. It's very weird. I'm actually looking at their menu because I want to see like what they offer that it would be good for takeout. Like, okay, so the first thing they show on their page is like a bloomin' onion. Like
that would not.
No, there's ribs. No, salmon. No. Like it just doesn't make sense at all. Pork chops. This looks like chicken fried steak. Like,
and they have like the steak fries, or at least the last time I was there, it was the steak fries. So I would think if fries were going to be good, you would want like the smaller fries. You wouldn't want the big, like potato-y fries.
Apparently it's working for them. I don't know. There must be something they're offering that's not immediately apparent. Like maybe they have like a family meal for 4 is $40 and come take it home or something like that. But all right, well, hey, it's good they're reinventing. It's good they're trying to find a way to stay there. I mean, every time I drive by the one in Tinley, which is the one that led to the near incident, it's always got a decent crowd there. So, and I see them everywhere I go. So, and I will say, I enjoyed it when I was there.
Sure.
It was 20 minutes afterwards that was a problem.
The cinnamon butter for those rolls.
Yeah. I may need to try it again. I'll just hang out
I almost
there for a
feel
while.
like I was going to say I almost feel like that could be a hey, we've got some time, let's meet up place because we've talked about it so much.
Yeah, we could do that, and it would be good for social media too. Of like, all right, Jay's going to try it again. I can report back to see if I made it home.
Oh, another thing that is you would think would be obvious as a let's not get this like Uber Eats or whatever.
Yeah.
Ice cream.
Well, yes, that would be good.
This has happened.
Why? Why would anyone do that?
I've been in places because you don't want to leave.
Yes.
I mean, it's not as ice creamy when you get it. It's a little beyond custard at that point. But
wait, so you have done this?
I was there. It was not my choice.
Okay.
Like Sam did it once and she was like, I just really want ice cream and I equally do not want to leave.
Here's some
I was like, I'll
soup.
go. And she's like, no. You're not leaving. Like, I'm like, okay, good on you.
How long did it take to get there?
Yeah, it was pretty quick.
Okay, so I'll say this.
I don't remember exactly. It was pretty quick, but it was just like, it was something that had never even entered my mind before.
Yeah.
Of like, you could Uber Eats that. Cause like you mentioned, when I think of it, it's like a burrito, a sandwich, something like that.
Right. Well, I will say this though, because if Uber Eats works the same way like Instacart does, where you order, some delivery person gets the order, they head to the store, they buy it, and they come to your house, it is literally the same amount of time it would take to just do it yourself.
True.
So I guess it's not that
Just without the time to eat it in the car.
Right. Right. I just don't know if does like Uber Eats have to do several deliveries at once sort of a thing.
I don't know. I mean, it wasn't all soup or anything.
Okay.
But it was like maybe a little less than you would hope for. So if you do it ahead of time, maybe, and then you can throw it in the freezer for a little bit, that's a thought.
Yeah.
But also now it's let's get in the car and go to Andy's because Andy's is not far.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, did you order like a pint from the grocery store, or was it like a Dairy Queen Blizzard or something?
It was like a Blizzard or something.
Okay, so that's interesting.
Also, now we don't have to do that as much because it's either Saturday BOGO Culver's pints, or we go to Andy's. Dairy Queen has been a little bit out of the mix, but it's, because we have something that's so stupid cheap from Culver's that we've got that. And then if we want something a little more, then we can go to Andy's.
That's just good thinking. That's what that is.
Yeah.
All right, we've got a lot of Ask-A-Fats. We're going to get to them. First, we want to tell you about our friends at Mazda of Orland Park, 8910 West 159th Street in, you guessed it, Orland Park. Go to MazdaofOrlandPark.com. Go check out their showroom. They've got a lot of great new vehicles, the new CX-50, the new CX-90. I drive a CX-30 and a CX-5, not at the same time. That would be reckless. But love my Mazdas. Will always be a Mazda customer. And a huge part of the reason for that is not only because they're great and reliable vehicles, but it's because of the service I get at Mazda of Orland Park. It is second to none. It is awesome. It is transparent and honest and affordable. Everything you want from your car dealership. So go check them out. 8910 West 159th Street in Orland Park. I'm trying to think if I have anything else before we ask the fats. Going through.
I've got
yes,
one more.
I do.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay.
You do yours.
Okay,
I got mine.
Oh, okay. Mine's a quick thing, and it goes back to the ice cream. McDonald's is doing away with their McFlurry straws.
Yes, I was literally looking at this website as I was saying, do we have anything else, and just forgot. I forgot. Sorry.
So it's straightforward. I'm assuming it's just going to be more of a traditional spoon at this point. But Jay, being the capital J journalist that he is, he went in to find out why was the spoon square at the top anyway?
Yes, because I always just thought, is this supposed to be a straw? But never tried it. I just never figured it out. The answer is, and we're going to share the screen with you, it is actually used in the mixing process. The top of that spoon attaches to a blending machine at McDonald's, and then that spoon stirs the McFlurry. So it's actually very smart, because this way...
is. And it also explains why it can be a little difficult to get the spoon out initially.
Yes, but this prevents McDonald's from having to clean their mixer every time they make a McFlurry. The spoon that is being served to you has already done the work, and it's in there for you. Bada boom, bada bing. I wonder what they're doing instead now. These images, by the way, just so I don't get sued, is courtesy of @MarsPyre on TikTok. That's where I saw these screen caps. I'm sure you can find the video there as well. But that's actually an ingenious invention by McDonald's. I just never knew. I guess we didn't have to know. Right?
True.
So they must have found another way to do it. I'll be interested to see the follow-up from MarsPyre, whatever their name was, on TikTok. Yeah. All right, the other thing I have is I witnessed a food travesty unlike anything I've ever witnessed in my life yesterday. Or 2 days ago.
Wow.
I texted it to you. Hope said, I had an afternoon off. Hope said, let's go get lunch together. Hope said she really wanted Rosangela's. I'm like, I'm in the car. Let's go. So we get there. It's like 12:30. So, they're not super packed for lunch. There's always like maybe 15, 20 people in there for lunch. So we sit down at our usual booth, and at the booth, like directly in front of me behind Hope are 3 adult women eating lunch. And I hear them starting to like prepare to leave, they're talking about who's going to pay, and the check comes and yada yada, and the waitress comes by to take the payment, and she goes, "You're not going to finish your cheese sticks?" And they're like, "Oh no, we're so full, like we couldn't possibly." And I seriously think like my face went to like Like I was overhearing it, and Hope's looking at me the same way. Like, they're not finishing their cheese sticks. So I'm like, it has to be something else. It can't be what I think it is. So I had to get up and go to the bathroom, and I walked past their table, and this is maybe 5 or 6 minutes after they left, and
I was really hoping you would have tried to sneak a picture while walking by.
oh, I did.
Oh.
2 mozzarella sticks sitting there uneaten. Just sitting there. What the hell? That might be more than 2, Rick. That might be 3. You get 5 in an order. What?
It's probably 2 because I bet each of them had 1.
Maybe. I mean, come on. You're not going to finish mozzarella sticks? None of the 3 of you can find the room in your stomach for a mozzarella stick. And that's a Rosangela's mozzarella stick, so it's not bad. There is no such thing as a bad mozzarella stick. The worst mozzarella stick I've ever had, Burger King perhaps, was still pretty damn good because it was a mozzarella stick. This
is why it took so long to get a vote. Bad decision making.
That is horrible. That is horrible. Like, how is this possible? I'm like, something had to, did someone, because I was just going to take them. I thought about just taking them. But I'm like, maybe they're not eating them because someone sneezed on them or blew their nose and their napkin fell on it or something and they didn't want to say so. There's no logical explanation of the 3 of us are too full to finish 2 mozzarella sticks.
Nope.
No, that's not a thing. There's got to be more to this. I wanted to accost the women and say, what's your problem? What's wrong with you?
Right.
What happened to these cheese sticks?
Yeah, if they really wanted to be even about it, you cut a third off of each of them, and then one person bites the bullet and takes 2 individual thirds, and then it's 2/3, 2/3, 2/3 because math, and everybody has the same amount. So you're not even doing one person doesn't get one and that type of thing. It's not that difficult if my dumb ass can figure it out.
Right. Well, that's always the issue with mozzarella sticks. Is it always seems to be 1 more or less than the table.
Yep.
So someone's either getting more or none, which is never me on the none side. I don't care. I will knock over an old woman to get one of those.
That's one of those instances where, being the fat guy, you're willing to go first.
Oh no, I have a reputation to uphold.
Okay.
Yeah, I have to. It would be off brand if I didn't do that.
Okay.
All right.
See, I always make sure I don't grab any sort of food first.
I don't care. I'm too old.
Okay.
I don't care. I have no shame. All right, let's get to Ask a Fat.
Bless me, Father, for I've sinned. It's been 1 week since my last confession.
Okay, my son. What is your confession?
I'm fat.
Ask a Fat is brought to you by our buddy, Charlie the Bacon Guy, and here he is with this week's Bacon Report.
Thanks, Jay. This week we have maple pepper, rosemary, French toast, jardinera, Old Bay, Cajun, and 6 pepper. Bacon jams are the original, the bourbon, and the spicy. Gearing up for the holiday season, get your orders in. Thanks, everyone, for all the orders this week, and I'm looking forward to hearing from the rest of you shortly. For the Bacon Report, I'm Charlie the Bacon Guy.
I've had the Old Bay. If you like Old Bay, order the Old Bay. It's really, really good. Here's how. Charlie the Bacon Guy.
The Old Bacon?
Yes, Old Bacon. Charlie the Bacon Guy at gmail.com, at Charlie the Bacon Guy on Instagram, and at CZ the Bacon Guy on Twitter. That's how you get your bacon. And here's the deal. The holidays are fast approaching. Way too fast. I went into the Kohl's yesterday. Christmas music playing, trees out. I'm like, dudes, it's not even Halloween yet. Can we get the Halloween before we get to the Christmas crap? But it's already out. It's already there. I was trying to find fresh pajamas for my mom, and everything was Christmas. Everything. Yeah. So get in that mindset, and a great thing to do for the people in your life is to get them bacon for Christmas. I know it sounds weird, but it is creative. It's something you're going to love. It supports a small business. It checks all the boxes you want to check in the holiday season, and it freezes up great. So if you want to order it now, throw it in your freezer. You can keep it until Christmas, and then go out and buy a little mini cooler for your family. That's what you wrap up. They get a cooler full of bacon. It's a great gift. Nice. Everyone's going to be thrilled to open that. absolutely. Hey, order some Charlie the Bacon Guy stickers from Charlie. Slap them on that cooler. You got a whole themed gift going there. It's brilliant. Really, it's an awesome gift. We did it for the holidays 2 Christmases ago. Every man in my wife's family got a pound of bacon, and all of them loved it. All of them raved about it, and many of them have ordered from Charlie since. So that's the idea. So do that. CharlieTheBaconGuy@gmail.com, at Charlie the Bacon Guy on Instagram, and at CZ the Bacon Guy on Twitter. And look, if you have like, hey, my family loves X, right? Like, my family really likes Jardinera. It's our thing. He'll make a whole fresh batch for you. We love ranch, you know, like my family, they're ranchers. I don't know. Shut up. I'm just making stuff up. Just, order the ranch. Whatever you need, he'll produce it for you if you order enough of it. Or if you have an idea for something, let him know. He'll get it done. Like, there's so many ways. Charlie is here for you to win the holidays. I know it seems early, but start thinking about it now, because you're going to want to get those orders in. He's got to make it. He's got to slice it. He's got to ship it. All that stuff. So get those orders in with Charlie right now. All right. Got a bunch of voicemails. If you want to leave us one, 708-858-3314. 708-858-3314.
Hey, Fats. It's another Jay from Northern Illinois calling. An episode or two ago, you guys, Jays had said how terrible the chips, the jalapeno lime chips were from Doritos.
Jalapeno pineapple.
I would totally recommend that you try the Pocky, P-A-Q-U-I. They do the one chip challenge. They have a jalapeno tropical chip that the flavor is absolutely amazing. We can't even keep a bag in the house for one day. Also, you had also mentioned about places to eat like near Taylor Street. There's a couple of gems up the street on Carpenter and Polk. One is called Carnes, and the other is Fontano's. Fontano's is a sub place, absolutely amazing. Carnes is more of your standard Chicago food fare with, they also sell burritos, tacos, and subs as well. Both of those are fantastic at the corner of Polk and Carpenter. All right, Fats, have a good one. Bye-bye.
Good recommendations. Now, I'm not going to do the one chip challenge. You see a kid died from that?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's not do that. I found out about that because Addie's school sent an email saying, like, please tell your kids not to participate in the one chip challenge. Like, ugh. Let's not do that. But I've had some of the standard Pockies before. Not Takis. Pockies.
Right.
P-A-C-Q-U-I. And their chips are good. Like, their version of Doritos are good. So I'll try the jalapeno tropical. And then I have heard of Fontano's subs before, and I've seen them before, but I've never eaten at one. So I'll make it a point next week. Carms, I feel like I've seen, but I'll check it out. Yeah, I'm always looking for new stuff to try around work. Like, it's...
Sure.
Because there's a lot of stuff I do want to try, but I just can't find parking. So I was like, all right, on to something else. So Carpenter and Polk shouldn't be too difficult to park around. So I will do that. Thanks for the rec. Good shit.
Hey there, guys. It's Mark, your design guy.
Hey.
You know, the one you like to razz because I haven't finished Charlie's website. Just calling to let you know the message has been received. And because of you, I'm going to delay it 2 more weeks. Now, how do you feel? I'm just kidding. I was driving home from downtown Chicago. I've been listening to your podcast. It is evil to do that to yourself when you are absolutely famished and you've just gotten the text from your wife that you're on your own for dinner. So I'm not sure whether to thank you or blame you for the choices I'm about to make. But either way, yes, I'm working on Charlie's website, and it is coming soon. Can we calm down, please?
Yeah, Jay. You dick.
Later.
I'm just kidding. I know he's working on it. I know there's more to building a website than going to GoDaddy and saying, call it charliethebaconguy.com, and then just put bacon and put a button on there. I know there's more to it than that. I know you're working on it. It's just a fun way to bust balls. But I'll give him his bell back. Fine. All right. Thank you, Mark. And if you want to buy the great stuff that Mark makes for us on our TeePublic shop, please do. I'm fatmerch.com. Basically, from November 9th through the rest of the month, everything's on sale the whole month. So set a reminder, place all your TeePublic orders, after November 9th. All right, we got, what was that, the second one? Yes. Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Hi, guys.
Yes.
It's Russ, unofficial producer. Let's time travel, go back a few years, and put on the Jive Talking by the Bee Gees. Let's pretend it's Thursday at 5 o'clock. This crap goes out to Jay Zawoski. Jay, when you were recapping your trip to Pittsburgh, you were blown away by the burgers at Burgatory with their 50-50 bacon beef patties. Guess who else has a 50-50 bacon beef patty? Any guesses? Well, there's a restaurant in Schaumburg called Frato's. They have an amazing burger on their menu called the I'm Fat Burger, which features their 50-50 patties, if you choose them, but it's their standard patty. You should go out and try one. They're fantastic. When you try one, be sure to order it online. Use coupon code I'm Fat, save 10%. And then ask yourself, who you're crapping.
Frato's Culinary Kitchen.
That's what we're looking for.
628 South Roselle Road in Schaumburg. FratosPizza.com, FratosBakery.com. Follow them on Instagram at Fratos Pizza. Yes, indeed. Everything Russ said is correct. The I'm Fat Burger is a 50-50 bacon beef burger, which I knew, but I have to just take it because that's how Who You Crappin' works. So I'm just going to take it. But yes, it is very good. You will love it. You will love everything at Frato's. So go visit them. I think Russ tells you everything you need to know. But that promo code I'm Fat will save you 10% on your online orders. And as we prep for the holidays again, just like we told you with Charlie's Bacon, you want to go to FratosBakery.com, get some of those brownies, get some of those cookies. I'm sure closer to the holiday season, they'll get some Christmassy sort of stuff in the bakery. So maybe hold off a little bit. You don't want to store brownies for 2 months. Right. So, but keep that in mind, maybe set a reminder. I like the stuff I do all the time for myself is I say to my phone, hey, what's your name? Remind me on December 1st to do this, right? So I remember to order something, remember to buy something, remember to, do something. It's a really good tip. Keeps me in check, and do that with our TeePublic sales, with FratosBakery.com, all that great stuff. It'll help you remember to do these creative things. Because I know a lot of people listen to this when they're driving and they can't write stuff down. Grab that smartphone, tell it to listen to you, and put it in your calendar. But we love Frato's, especially all the I'm Fat stuff, which, yes, indeed, is a 50-50 split. I'm not allowed to talk. I can't. All right. Last one here.
You rang. Hey, Pats. It's Jason from Oshkosh. Quick couple questions I just wanted to ask you. Have you guys noticed the prices that are at the grocery stores for frozen pizzas? It's starting to get a little ridiculous. I can go and order a pizza from a chain restaurant, and it's cheaper than what I'm going to get for a frozen pizza. With that being said, I have recently had a Screamin' Sicilian, and it's a very good pizza. The problem is that when they put it in that cardboard box, you think that pizza is going to be bigger, and then when you open it up, it's much smaller. In fact, I had an old pizza in there that I tried to salvage just the other day that had been expired by a couple of years, and when I cooked up both of them, the pizza that I had bought in 2019 was considerably larger than the pizza that I bought just this week. So wanted to see if you guys had noticed that, and as much as the bad talk about Little Caesars, at least they're trying to innovate, do something fun. I would love to give them credit for that. Any of the other chain restaurants are kind of just hanging their hat on the regular stuff. Keep up the good work. Love the pod. Thanks.
Yeah, that was in response to the Little Caesars calzone, which we talked about last show.
Yeah. Are you telling me the Shaq-a-roni pizza where it's like, let's just put a metric fuck ton of pepperoni on it isn't innovative?
We're going to put the weight of Shaq and pepperoni on your pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have noticed frozen pizzas are getting more expensive. You know how I notice? Because I don't buy them anymore.
Yeah, I did for this weekend just because Sam's out of town. And I was like, I don't ever get to do the frozen pizza thing. So, yeah. So there was a deal on Home Run Inns, which their frozen pizza, good.
It's good.
I think it's like normally $7, which is still like,
yeah.
I miss the old days in college of being able to go down to whatever BS gas station, get a couple Jack's pizzas for like $5 and go home, get drunk and have pizza.
Right.
Those days are long gone at this point. But, you know, if there's a deal on something like those, the home run ins were on a good enough deal where I was like, okay, I'll take advantage of this, then sure. But I'm kind of with you guys. Like, you can get restaurant pizza for not too much more at this point, to where like the balance is it's worth going out and just getting the pizza from a restaurant.
I'd rather just pay the $10 more, get more pizza, get better pizza, and maybe have some leftovers I can have for lunch next day.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is getting. I will say the home run in is a higher quality than your typical frozen pizza.
Sure.
And for whatever reason, their veggie home run in pizza is really good.
You may be shocked to know this.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I know. I got it. I think Hope's mom was serving it one day. She was just, we were over there, happened to be lunchtime, and so I had a piece. I'm like, damn, that was really, it's just like green pepper and tomato. There's not a lot to it. Onion too.
Okay.
But for whatever reason, like it just cooked up very well, and it was, that's pretty good. The home run in is good. That one is more of a premium frozen pizza, I would say.
Sure.
Yeah.
But there were still a lot of them that were more expensive than it.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, like Jack's are like $4 or $5 now.
Oh,
if
wow.
at
like,
least that.
Like the DiGiorno, like the croissant crust that I know we've talked about because it's awesome. That was like $8 or $9.
Yeah.
And it's not like that's a huge pizza either. So yeah, give me that home run in life.
I'm gonna see how much it is at Target. That's usually like a pretty like mid-ground indicator.
Okay.
They must.
I was at the Jewels for the record.
They must be on sale at Target. $3.89 at Target this week.
For Jack's?
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, get out to Target. Let's see what Walmart says. They're probably all going to be on sale at the same time. Yeah, they're all like the same exact price right now. Anyway,
of course.
I'll just delete this part. By the way, though, that's still a lot for a Jack's. I will say.
I mean, $3.89 is basically $4.
Yeah,
so
exactly. All right, we have a couple emails to get to as well, so let's do that.
Ask a fat about this and that. It's time to chat with the fats.
Before we get to Ask a Fat, Rick, I have a confession I forgot to say on the show. It just came to me. I was at the Mariano's a couple weeks ago, and I was shopping for my parents, as I always do, and there was a lady giving out samples of Oreo Thins, which you and I have railed against in the past.
Yes, we have.
The concept of the Oreo Thin. I have to say, they're pretty good because they maintain the ratio of an Oreo.
Okay.
So like what they trim off in the cream, they also trim off in the cookie. So it's almost like think of it like an Oreo chip where you can have like 15 of them. And
you act like you don't have 15 Oreos?
Well, I do. Most people don't.
Oreos?
But they do have a really good texture to them. Like a really good ratio, texture, crunch sort of a thing. So, I mean, I will still always buy regular Oreos versus Thins. But if Thins
and by regular, you mean double stuff for the record.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Imagine buying a normal Oreo. But I will say, if you see like a crazy sale on Thins, try them. They're not horrible. And I get the golden ones, and I got both the golden and the chocolate because I think it was a buy one get one for $1 or something.
Oh, okay.
And I just eat them together.
Oh, interesting.
Because they haven't done that in years. For all the things that Oreo has done, they haven't done the half golden, half chocolate Oreo in a long time. Those are always my favorite. I think they're called like flip sides or flips or something like that.
Yeah, it's something like that.
Yeah. Anyway, Oreo Thins, not as offensive as I thought they would be. My column.
Fair.
Okay. First email comes from Matt, and he also calls me out for the Fratos thing. I can respond to this because it's not a crapping. Haha.
Okay.
Matt says, just listen to the last podcast when Jay was talking about Burgatory and the 50-50 burgers. All of Frato's burgers are 50-50 beef and bacon blends as well. I know this. It doesn't mean that it doesn't make it great at another place too. Jerks.
That was a well-constructed Who You Crappin', though.
It really was. It really was. If it wasn't like proprietarily owned, we could bring it back on this show. But
yeah,
I feel like Dan and Terry might take issue with that. I'll read this other one because it's really long. And it's about hockey. This one comes from Nathan in New Carlisle, Indiana. Better than Old Carlisle, that's for sure. He says, I was
Rick
fortunate.
Carlisle, who actually is the coach of the Indiana Pacers.
Look at that. I knew that. No, I didn't. He says, I was fortunate enough to get an invite to Toronto for last Monday's Blackhawks Maple Leafs game. While watching Corey Perry live rent-free inside the head of Ryan Reeves was entertaining, I thought I would share...
I know who Corey Perry is.
There you go. Blackhawks legend. People love him all of a sudden.
Yeah.
It's like when Dennis Rodman came to the Bulls. You love him when he's on your team. I thought I would share a couple of experiences from some of the local eateries. 2 good, 1 bad. Okay, now remember, this is in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. First, we had breakfast at an establishment called Cora. The breakfast poutine was amazing. Potatoes, cheese curds, frankfurters, those are called hot dogs, bacon, caramelized onions, and red peppers tossed with an egg and hollandaise sauce. No bad words there. That sounds really good. Second, we pre-gamed at a sports bar called Score on King. If you're into having a 7-course meal with your Bloody Mary, they call them Caesars, apparently because they're made with clam juice, then this place is for you. We're talking whole chickens, burgers, pulled pork sandwiches, chicken wings, dessert. It's wild. I did not have one of those giant ones because we still had to meet clients for dinner, but I did see a few, and they were crazy. Those are Bloody Marys with all that stuff on them? No. I'm out on Bloody Marys, by the way.
Same.
I've tried. I've literally tried to like it. I can't like it. I just don't like it.
Yeah, like tomato soups have never done it for me. So, you know what's also not going to do it for me? Tomato soup as a drink.
Yeah, tomato soup is a vehicle for a grilled cheese. That's it. It's a dip. It is not a soup.
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
So now he says, now for the bad part. Pre-game on the walk back to the hotel, I stopped at a McDonald's for some beer-induced munchies. I ordered a 6-piece McNugget and a cheeseburger. Order comes up. I grab my bag of food and alas, no fries. He did order a meal on number 12. I also did not get my cup for my drink. I hail the order taker, ask for my cup, and tell her I did not receive my fries. I am then informed if I want fries and a drink, I need to tell them that while placing my order. Say what? What's the point of giving you a meal number if you're not going to include said sides with it? Without the number, isn't a 6-piece McNugget just a 6-piece McNugget? $11 seems a little steep for 6 nuggies without fries, albeit that is still 11 Canadian dollars, but still. Is this a Canadian thing and my fat American ass just has higher caloric expectations? Or was I possibly taken advantage of because I was dressed in full Blackhawks regalia post Maple Leafs beatdown? Either way, fats be warned when traveling north of the border. That's from Nathan. Yeah, that's wrong. They're wrong.
That's stupid.
When you say, give me a number whatever, you are telling them you want the meal.
Yes.
Yes.
Or they need to ask for clarity. If they, for some reason, feel like that's not enough, then they need to ask because that's ridiculous.
And they usually do, because what I do is I'll say, sometimes I will sometimes I bypass the fries just because I'm trying to I don't know, I want to get my calories somewhere else.
Sure.
So I'll bypass that. And they always say, do you want just a sandwich or do you want the whole meal?
Right, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So,
that's on them.
That's on them, absolutely. Yep.
Okay, this one's from Bob from Fort Myers. Fats, whose fault is it the handoff of the drive-through fails and Jesus. Let me start that again.
3, 2, 1.
In 3, 2, 1. This one from Bob from Fort Myers. Fats, whose fault is it the handoff of the drive-through fails and cash falls to the ground? What is the smallest amount that needs to drop for a person to risk safety and embarrassment by pulling up and trying to retrieve it? I dropped a $10 bill during a busy Dunkin' morning rush. Thankfully, it was not too windy and I was able to get it.
Well, Bob, use your card.
Yes.
It's more convenient for everyone. A. B, I don't think anyone's to blame for the drop. I think that is just it is a risky proposition when you're dealing with the elements. You're going usually different levels. Like you're either higher than them or lower than them in your car. So there's that difficulty. So that's just we just call that an accident, right?
Yeah, I think there's no blanket answer because I've seen times where someone parks too far away from the window.
True.
And then it becomes more difficult. I'm not saying Bob did this, But there are instances of that. There are definitely instances of, see, I was going to say maybe it was like a drink that fell because they assumed you had it, or, you know, like they were squishing it a little bit, you squished it a little bit more, and then it just pops.
That's a Wendy's problem.
That happening.
Wendy's has flimsy cups.
Yes, they do. So I could see that happening, but yeah, I think this is a case by case basis. There's no general rule here. Salute.
I would say I'm willing to let metallic change go. Right? Like if it's like 50 cents, 75 cents, like I'm not going to get out of my car for 75 cents.
No.
But if we have paper money involved, I'm getting out. I'm getting out. That's I think so maybe $1 is my limit.
Okay.
You know, like that might be it. But just use your card. Actually, now at McDonald's, if you use the app, you just give them a number, and it's all paid through the app, and then you get the rewards points. It's actually very, very easy to use. All right, got one here from Eddie. Eddie says, hey, Jay, I have 2 ramen places for you that are great. Sweet. Tanaka Ramen in the Promenade, that's in Bolingbrook. I've never actually eaten in the restaurant, but gotten takeout at least 10 times, and it's been spot on each time. Second is Shinya Ramen House in Bridgeport. It's so good and why I like ramen. All right, Eddie, thank you for those. I drive through Bridgeport, not like, you know, through it, but past it on my way to work, so I can take a detour to try that out. I will do that for sure. And then my in-laws live out near Bolingbrook, so I will try Tanaka. That sounds great.
Nice.
Thank you for those.
All right, this one is from Nolan. Hey, Fats, this version of Pittsburgh Primanti Brothers is in the Wrigley area. My friend and I came across it because the Man vs. Food show years ago. Did I mention on here that Sam had never heard of Man vs. Food?
No. That's all right. She ordered the poutine fries, man.
I know.
That's a big win. And she finished them.
Yeah, it was just something that surprised me. That was all.
Fair enough.
It was back to the email. It was the challenge on that episode. It's Lucky's Sandwich, and it's at 3472 North Clark. I got 1.5 pound sandwiches with the fries and slaw on it, and don't worry, the slaw on it is vinegar based.
Okay.
Maybe a fat hack here, but we usually get a couple sandwiches and a pap and go to the Cubs. Go watch the Cubs. I swear to God, I can read, because you can take outdoor food and beverage into Wrigley, sealed up to a liter bottle of pap or water. Also, have good wings on the menu with different sauces and seasonings. And for the challenge on Man vs. Food, it was 3 1.5 pound sandwiches in 30 minutes. He did it.
Damn.
So go down to Lucky's and have the Chicago version of Primanti Brothers.
All right. I will try that. That sounds good. Slaw is a mental block for me, but in my year of trying stuff, I'm going to try it. I'm going to do it, especially if it's vinegar-based.
Yeah, you get some weird looks if you go to like a place that has like hot chicken and the sandwich.
Yeah.
Like that's something that they might be like, no slaw, but that's kind of the point of it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not going to do the slaw. Sorry.
It's the same thing when I order wings, right? Do you want ranch or blue cheese or celery and carrots? No. No, I don't. Just bring me the wings and the sauce.
Yes.
What more do I need in life? Jerks.
No idea.
Nothing. I want hot food. That's why I'm against like sour cream, like on a burrito. Like, oh, I'm ordering all this really flavorful stuff. Salsa, beans, rice, meat. And I'm just going to drown it out with this flavor killer. What's the point? It just washes it away. I don't know. I will say though, I've gotten, like when I've gotten wings and they've given me ranch like by default, I have been dipping them in ranch a little bit, and it hasn't been the worst thing in the world. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will not be joining you, but I appreciate it.
Yeah. I don't know what changed. It's just I'm trying stuff.
That's good.
So far, it hasn't failed me. I mean, sometimes I'll say like, it was fine. I just prefer it the other way, you know.
Sure.
But I've never been like, oh God, that's awful at all. So
yeah,
I think there's a reason things are made the way they are, right? Because consensuses are pretty good that way. So anyway, all right. Well, that's all I got.
All right.
It's been a shitty week. Follow
us on social media at I'm Fat Pod at Gmail. I'mFat.com. Check out the Patreon, Spotify, if you like to contribute that way. I'mFatMerch.com. November 9th through, was it the 28th you said?
Yep.
The 28th, there's going to be basically rolling T Public sales. So if you want to get ahead for Christmas or whatever holiday, whatever thing you want to get people a present for, that's the time to do it. Whether you're getting our stuff or or stuff from a different page, I'mFatMerch.com is the way you should go, because then we get the kickback, and that's always great. YouTube.com/I'mFatPodcast. Subscribe and like each video. Even if you don't end up watching the videos, it just helps us out. And then subscribe, unsubscribe, resubscribe, unsubscribe, and resubscribe to the regular podcast feed and leave us the old 5-star rating and review. That would be wonderful. It's been since, I think, July since we've had a review at all. So please, a 5-star review would be wonderful. And then the best thing you can do, tell them how to practice because we had the week off, is you can check out our sponsors, Charlie the Bacon Guy, Mazda of Orland Park, Frato's Culinary Kitchen, and Nik and Ivy Brewing. So for Jay, I'm Rick, and this is the I'm Fat Podcast.
Stay clear of the breakfast burritos. Too much of the chilaquiles.